नमस्ते दोस्तों, हम यूपीपीसीएस 2024 के लिए घटना चक्र की शुरुआत करेंगे। इसमें सबसे पहले हम पॉलिटी के एमसीक्यूज़ को देखेंगे। घटना चक्र में फर्स्ट चैप्टर जो है आपका हाँ फर्स्ट चैप्टर इसमें से जो आपका रहेगा वो ये रहेगा, इंडियन पॉलिटी एंड जस्ट ए मिनट इंडियन पॉलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस। Here the first question is, which act of British Parliament abolished the East India Company for monopoly over trade in India? This is Charter Act of 1813. The Charter Act of 1813 deprived the company of its monopoly over trade with India, but it still enjoyed its monopoly of trade with China and the trade in India. And the next question is, by which of the following act legislative councils of India received the power to discuss the budget? This is the Indian Council Act of 1892. The Indian Council Act of 1892 increased the functioning of the legislative councils. The councils were given the power of discussing the budget and addressing questions to the executive. The next question is, in which of the following acts the provision was made for the establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta? Supreme Court at Calcutta किस provision से बना, किस एक्ट के provision से? This is Regulating Act of 1773. The provision for the establishment of Supreme Court at Fort William, Calcutta was made in the Regulating Act 1773, and this question is very important for you all. Sir Elijah MP was the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Sir Elijah MP. Okay. The next question is, with reference to the establishment of Supreme Court, which of the statement is or correct? Supreme Court at Calcutta was established by the Regulating Act of 1773. It is correct. Leicester was the first Chief Justice of this court. It is wrong, because it is saying that Sir Elijah MP was the first Chief Justice of this Supreme Court. So only option 1 is correct. By which of the following acts was the Federal Court in India created? Federal Court of India is created by the Government of India Act of 1935. So answer D is correct, none of the above. The Federal Court in India was established by the Government of India Act 1935 on 1st October 1937. Sir Maurice Guer was its first Chief Justice. Maurice Guer. This is the important. Okay. The Federal Court of India was established in which of the following year? This is 1937. That was in 1937. That was the Supreme Court of India, and this is Federal Court of India. Okay. Name is different, so you have to be careful about this. This is 1937. Match list of the first and second. See here. The establishment of Board of Control. This is 1784. Establishment of Supreme Court of India. This is Regulating Act of 1773. Missions to permission to English missionaries to work in India. This is 1830. Charter Act of 1813. Appointment of law members in Governor General Council. It is Charter Act of 1813. So this is, say here, Regulating Act of 1773, establishment of Supreme Court. Pitt's India Act 1784, establishment of Board of Control. Charter Act of 1813, permission to English missionary to work to India. Charter Act of 1833. This is 33, appointment of law member in Governor General Councils. Okay. The next is, in the context of the Indian history, the principle of diarchy refers to the. This is option D. Division of subjects delegated to the provinces into two categories. The diarchy has been derived from the Greek word diarch, which means double rule. In the context of Indian history, the principle of diarchy refers to the division of legislation subjects into central and the provincial categories. The provincial subjects were further divided into reversed and transferred subjects. Means provincial जो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सेंट्रल सब्जेक्ट थे, फिर प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट थे. अब ये प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट्स को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड था, एक रिवर्स्ड में एंड एक ट्रांसफर सब्जेक्ट में. कंप्लीटली इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स, रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट सच एज पुलिस, इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट मतलब रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थे जैसे कि पुलिस, जेल, जस्टिस, फाइनेंस एंड इरिगेशन वेयर टू बी एडमिनिस्टर्ड बाय द गवर्नर एंड हिज एग्जीक्यूटिव काउंसिल्स विदाउट बीइंग रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू द लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल्स. मीन्स गवर्नर जनरल कोई भी फैसले ले सकता था बिना किसी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के, विदाउट बीइंग रिस्पॉन्सिबल मतलब लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल्स के प्रति उत्तरदायित्व उसका नहीं है. Subject of lesser important transfer subjects such as education, agriculture, local self-government etc. were to be administered by the governor with the aid of ministers responsible to the legislative councils. यहाँ पे उसकी ऐड लेगा बट वहाँ पे उसकी ऐड नहीं लेगा रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट्स में. The next question is, under which of the following acts diarchy was introduced at the central level? अब this is in central level, so this is in 1835. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1835. सी है प्रोविंशियल लेवल्स पे किस पे था 1919 में, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया 1919. ओके, बट सेंट्रल लेवल पे डायरची कब हुई 1935, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ 1935. ओके, the salient feature of, see here the salient features of Government of India Act. The salient feature of the Government of India Act 1935 where diarchy was introduced at the central level instead of the provinces and emphasized in the Government of India 1919. जो 1919 का provinces में diarchy थी उसको अब central level पे ला दी गई. The Government of India Act 1935 proposed to set up All India Federation comprising the British India provinces and the princely states. All India Federation की बात की गई है इसमें. यहाँ पे फर्स्ट हेडिंग बन सकती है डायरची इन सेंटर. ओके, All India Federation. The supremacy of British Parliament remained intact under the Government of India 1935. Next, Burma was separated from India with effect from April 1937. The Government of India Act 1935 abolished the Council of Secretary of State for India, which was created in 1858. The Federal Court of India was established on the 1st October 1937. The Federal Court of India was established on 1st October 1937. Sir Maurice Gayer was its first Chief Justice. Okay, the Central Federal Bank was established under this act, which was later known as the Reserve Bank of India. And the next question is, which of the following act has diarchy system at a central level? Of course, अभी पढ़ा हमने Government of India 1935. The Act of 1909 was associated with the 1909 तो add था Introduction of Separate Electrodes for Muslims. Introduction of separate electrode for Muslims. Okay. The Indian Council Act 1909 introduced separate electrode for Muslim community and thus sowed the seed of separatism that eventually led to the partition of the country. Which of the following are the principal feature of the Government of India Act 1919? The introduction of diarchy in the executive government of the provinces. Executive government of the provinces, right? द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ सेपरेट कम्युनल इलेक्ट्रोड फॉर मुस्लिम्स, नो, ये तो है बट ये नहीं है क्योंकि ये 1919 में दिया जा चुका था, 1909 में। डिवोल्यूशन ऑफ द लेजिस्लेटिव अथॉरिटी बाय द सेंटर टू द प्रोविंसेस, सो आंसर इज सी, दिस इज फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड। The Government of India Act 1990 was passed by the British Parliament. The Act embodied the reforms recommended in the report of Secretary of the State for India, Edwin Montagu, and Viceroy Lord Chelmsford. This Act provided for the introduction of a dual form of government. इसमें क्या था? Dual form of government ही. Add provinces known as a diarchy. Okay, the subject of administration were divided into categories reserved and transferred. As far as the question of separate electoral system for Muslim is concerned, the provision had already been made by Act of 1909. The Government of India Act 1919 continued this provision and also extended it for 6 Europeans. हाँ, 1919 में जो सेपरेट इलेक्टोरेट का प्रोविज़न था इसको एक्सटेंड किया गया, किसके लिए? 6 के लिए, यूरोपियंस के लिए, इंडियन क्रिश्चियंस के लिए एंड एंग्लो इंडियंस के लिए। Clear? And the next question is consider the following statement. The Montagu-Chelmsford reform of 1919 recommended granting voting rights to all the women above the age of 21. The government of this is wrong. Okay, the Government of India Act of 1935 gave women a reserved seat in the legislature. हाँ, इसमें extend किया था उसको. So answer is only B. इसका explanation देखते हैं. In 1919 when the Britain granted limited suffrage to the women property holders, the law did not apply to the British citizens in other parts of the empire. सिर्फ और सिर्फ ये जो था उन्हीं के लिए था, ब्रिटिश में था, ना कि किसी भी पार्ट्स में. Despite the All India Women's Deputation led by the Sarojini Naidu, All India Women's Deputation led by Sarojini Naidu, Edwin Samuel Montagu, then Secretary of State, India Women's demands were ignored in the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Though they were not granted voting rights nor the right to stand in election, the Government of India 1990 allowed provincial councils to determine if women could vote provided they met stringent property, income or एजुकेशनल लेवल्स. मीन्स 1919 में क्या दिया गया था गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में कि प्रोविंशियल काउंसिल्स डिसाइड कर सकती हैं कि वुमेंस को वोट करने का राइट हो कि ना हो, प्रोवाइडेड दैट डे मेट. हाँ, इसमें भी एक कंपल्सन था कि स्ट्रिंगेंट प्रॉपर्टी इनकम होनी चाहिए एंड एजुकेशनल लेवल्स होना चाहिए कुछ. Statement 2 is correct, as the Government of India Act 1935 extended the principle of communal representation by providing separate electorates for depressed classes, this is scheduled caste and women and laborer workers. अब see here, 1909 में मुस्लिम्स के लिए, 1919 में फॉर यूरोपियंस, एंग्लो इंडियंस एंड फॉर 6. बट यहाँ पे कम्युनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए सेपरेट इलेक्ट्रोड दिया गया, किसी डिप्रेस्ड क्लासेस के लिए, शेड्यूल कास्ट के लिए, वुमेन के लिए एंड लेबर वर्कर्स के लिए एक्सटेंड करते गए हैं लोग. विद रेफरेंस टू इंडियन सिविल सर्विसेज, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज आर करेक्ट? द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1990 प्रोवाइडेड फॉर ए सेपरेट एग्जामिनेशन फॉर द इंडियन सिविल सर्विसेज विच वॉज टू बी हेल्ड इन इंडिया. In the Indian civil services in 1941, the percentage of Indians was more as compared to the Europeans. Both statement is true. Both statement is correct. Following Lord Macaulay's report of the Select Committee of the British Parliament, the concept of merit-based civil services in India was introduced in 1854. Macaulay. For this purpose, Civil Services Commission was set up in London. For this purpose, Civil Services Commission was set up. Civil Services Commission was set up in London, and competitive examination started in 1885. गवर्नमेंट, अब यहाँ पे ध्यान देना है कब शुरू हुआ था, क्योंकि इस समय ये जो ईयर था इसमें आईएनसी की भी स्टैब्लिशमेंट हुई थी. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1919 प्रोवाइडेड फॉर ए सेपरेट एग्जामिनेशन फॉर द इंडियन सिविल सर्विसेज विच वॉज टू बी हेल्ड इन इंडिया, फर्स्ट इन इलाहाबाद एंड लेटर इन दिल्ली. In 1941 Indian civil service, the percentage of Indians was more as compared to the Europeans. Which of the following acts introduced the principle of constitutional autocracy? Constitutional autocracy. Let's see what is the answer. Just a minute, there is a problem. What is going on? Wait. Okay, so we should end this video here. After some time I will start a new video from question number 15. Okay, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.